Glass came out a little over a week ago. I did a review on it. You don't need to watch it. I'll summarize it here. Glass is ass. If you like Glass and you made it past the title card, I applaud you because you have thick skin, thicker skin than most. Some people watch videos to get upset at other people's opinions, and others watch them to join in on the frustration. If you liked Glass, good for you. That's great. I mean, I don't get why, especially if you're a fan of Unbreakable or Split, two movies I really enjoyed. This just kind of shits in the face of both of them. It's funny, if you go on IMDb and look up Glass, you can see the characters in it, and James McAvoy's listed as playing 20 different people. And he does it all so well. I mean, he really gets into the characters of all of them. And then you have Bruce Willis, who barely can play one person. I looked at some of the reviews, and I cannot for the life of me understand why people are like, Bruce Willis is back finally after sleeping through the last 15 years of performances. He's finally here and giving it his all. What were you watching? He barely can muster a smile or a frown or any sort of facial expression at all. He's just meanders through every scene he's in. And this is a guy who loves Die Hard. It's my favorite action movie. I like a lot of Bruce Willis movies from the 90s. He just doesn't give a shit anymore, and it's very clear. Even so, when the action is present, it's shot in such a bizarre way. Like these GoPro shots hooked to like a button of their shirt, where you just see the face like, and they're slowly pushing each other back and forth. Yeah, this is really superhero shit, isn't it? I wasn't expecting a Marvel or DC experience here, but at least give me something more than a couple shoves. These people are supposed to be superhuman, which does lead me to my big complaint, which is the story. The movie looks beautiful, and when I say beautiful, I mean it looks 4K, like really crisp. As far as lighting goes and things of that nature, I think it fails. I don't think it has the same atmosphere as Split or Unbreakable. Music also fails to really resonate with me. There's some music going on, but maybe it's because I didn't find anything very powerful in the flick that the music just didn't stand out with it. David Dunn and his son Joseph, played by a skinny version of Haley Joel Osment, have been vigilanting around the city for the last couple decades. Just doing small in and out crime stopping here and there, it seems. They've also been keeping tabs on Dennis, aka Patricia, aka Barry, aka the Beast, and so on. Because this asshole's been up to no good over the years, kidnapping young girls, doing unspeakable things to them, and then moving on to his next victims. After 15 or 20 minutes of gripping entertainment, we are featured to our first one-on-one fight between these two superpowered people. Turns out this was a bit of a setup, I guess, by Sarah Paulson's character Ellie Staple, who's some sort of a psychiatrist, or is she? It's here where the movie kind of turns to shit for me, as we're then featured to another hour or so in a psych ward that is completely mismanaged. From what I could gather, Ellie basically busted down the doors of the psych ward and said, listen, I'm taking over this facility. You're gonna do what I say. I have high priority people coming in here, super dangerous. We're gonna get cameras running around the clock, over 100 of them. We're going to put them in easily escapable rooms with no security guards at all. And we're gonna have a work staff of what seems like 3. We also want to make sure the staffing here is completely ridiculous. I'm going to bring my own brand of ideas into this place, and you're going to blindly follow. Sure, do I have unlimited money, funds at my disposal? Yeah, absolutely. Could I bring in anybody else I wanted to? Yeah, especially when we establish at the end of this film that I work for some secret society that's been around for 100,000 years! What? This franchise was built on the foundation that it was gritty, that it was realistic, that this shit could happen. It spends a good 45 minutes kind of rehashing the events of the past, retconning individual things, and having the audience, along with the people in the film, question whether or not they actually have special abilities. This was a kind of interesting idea at first, until we take even a second to think back on the events of the previous movies. So we already know that Ellie is trying to hoodwink these guys. We already know they have these abilities. They are special. And we absolutely already know they are going to break away from this place and fight each other. You don't need to see a trailer to realize that. So really what's happening for a good chunk of the middle of this film is you're just waiting and waiting for something of consequence to take shape. You're just sitting there watching events unfold, and they have no bearing on anything. Oh, we find out that Bruce Willis was bullied as a fat kid and he almost drowned in the water. That's why his weakness is water. But it's not. That just happens to be his actual weakness. It's his kryptonite for other reasons, maybe. I don't know. We find out that Mr. Glass, who's finally introduced into the film around 30 minutes in and is basically asleep at the wheel for a majority of the film, has a backstory where he's on some sort of a teacup ride that goes haywire and he breaks some bones. Did I need to know that? No. Does it add anything to the film? Absolutely not. We also find out that Elijah Price, aka Glass, not only orchestrated that train accident all those years earlier that killed everybody on board for the benefit of David Dunn to realize who he was, but also to bring about another villain. Because it turns out Kevin, the Beast's father, was also on the train at the time and was killed. So Kevin was raised by a shitty woman who tortured and beat him. We dive into this psychology for the mere purpose of having these two fight again outside in a really lackluster manner. And then we kill all of them off in completely unspectacular ways. See, it's gritty, it's grounded. Kevin's shot and dies. Bruce Willis drowns in a fucking puddle. Glass is, I don't even remember. He falls off his chair after being punched or something. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. Glass knew the game, though. He had a master plan. He knew that Ellie was some evil trickster. She was up to no good, started making trouble in his neighborhood. This security in this place, I can't stress enough how much of a joke it was. But him and the Beast go in disguise at one point, go downstairs into a tunnel. Within minutes, Glass accesses a computer network. I don't know where it goes to. I'm not really sure what computer system he went on. He was able to hack in. He was able to write his own code from scratch. All this done within minutes, if not less time. And then upload it to a server, which then packaged up video surveillance footage from the psych ward, because he knew they were filming him, this was intentional, that would then release to everybody on the planet in tandem. I don't know how the hell he wrote this code, but apparently when you're a genius, that just works for everything across the board. You're just good at everything. There was also supposed to be a big fight on a building rooftop. That was what we call a red herring. It's never gonna go down there. Instead, it went down outside, conveniently in front of all the people in their lives who just happened to show up at the exact same time to watch this unfold. So it's him and Dunn, one-on-one, mano y bisto, until SWAT arrives, or whatever they are. They don't have a taser. They don't have anything they can use to take these assholes down. They can't shoot smoke grenades at them or something. I understand there was a budget issue here. That doesn't mean we can't at least try to make sense of it. David Dunn does nothing in this whole goddamn movie. And I wasn't expecting much from his character at all. But just do something at all. Wait, he breaks a door down. He breaks down a fucking metal door. Anya Taylor-Joy is also back in this. I almost forgot to mention her because she has no purpose. I guess her point of being there is to connect with Kevin, make him feel special because she loves him truly and deeply, because he kidnapped her along with other girls and was trying to kill her like he did with them. So, what? This story makes no sense at all. There was this unearned relationship they got somehow in between films. I don't know when she decided that he was a victim here. I also don't understand that in 2019 we are still framing things up like they are kissing each other. Like anytime she talks to him, she is this close to his face. Even after she just witnesses him eat somebody's neck, she's still right here. She's like, how can we help you? How can I help you, person that in the previous movie tried to kill me and everybody else in the room? Ellie Staple and apparently a bunch of other people work for the Cloverfield Project, as they have Cloverfields on their wrist for, I think it was 100,000 years, they said. Maybe it was 10,000. Regardless, it was a Looney Tunes number. Her and the secret organization have been going around stopping superhumans from taking form, from showing themselves to the public. They've been just going around killing people left and right. Instead of hunting down and killing people because they were born different, she decides to be a little bit more humane about it and do what the Catholic Church has done for thousands of years, which is take these gentlemen, put them in a confined space and tell them they're not gay. That never works. Spoiler, the plan didn't work. The three of them die, and she goes about her merry way to her cocktail room with a bunch of other people in suits with Clover Project hands, and they say we'll try again next time, which maybe means we're gonna get more of these crappy movies? I don't know. Hope not. Hear me out. Maybe David Dunn is actually a hybrid alien from the film Signs, also done by M. Night Shyamalan. Their weakness is water. His weakness is water. Holy shit. Wow, these worlds are connected. I better put out a video saying that they're probably connected.